Do you still keep in contact with your college friends? How did you get into your side job? Are there any traditional wedding things you don't see yourself doing? Did you ever go back for more electrolysis sessions, and how was your experience with it? Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. So today I just felt like catching up with you guys, sitting down like OG YouTube style. I've got a little drink. I thought about making a coffee today, but I wasn't feeling the caffeine, so I'm just having a little sugar-free ginger ale. The mini cans, these are my favorite thing, like something about the fall and winter. I love ginger ale. So grab a little drink and let's just sit down and catch up today like old times. I just love chatting with you guys and doing a good Q&A every few months, and it's been quite a while. So as usual, I took your questions from Instagram. But let's just go ahead and get into it and start with the questions. What kind of content have you been consuming lately? Who do you watch? I always love questions like this because I just kind of like hearing what other people are watching and finding new stuff to watch. So recently, Jared and I have been, actually not even just recently, like the past year, Jared and I have gotten so into like pretty much every day on YouTube. We watch Rhett and Link or Good Mythical Morning. Probably a lot of you guys know them. They're like OG YouTubers, but I always knew of them, but I never like actually watched their content. And they make so much content. They upload like I think every day, Monday through Friday, and then sometimes like they have so many videos. I'm pretty sure they put out like 2 videos a day, like a whole huge team that does all of it. And so there's always something to watch. And I've recently become so much more into food videos too. I really like videos where it's like trying different foods or like rating things, and that's what they do a lot of on their channel. And then they do other stuff too, but anyway, we love watching them. Jared and I watch them together like pretty much every night. That's like our little go-to ritual. And then other than that, I've just been loving like long cozy vlogs. So I've been watching Kenzie Elizabeth, who's one of my YouTube friends. I've been watching a lot of her videos. They're just like long comfort vlogs. I've been watching like Danielle Carolyn, her New York life. I feel like I've been watching, this is not like a new, I always watch Remy Ashton. So I've been watching a lot of Remy lately and kind of catching up because she always has like a lot of new vlogs out too. I'm trying to think what I've been watching on short form. Oh, I do have one person to recommend. His name is Harry Wallace. I've been loving his content. I found him on TikTok, but now I follow him on everything. Like he does have a YouTube channel. I'll put everyone's like names on the screen if you guys are looking for people. I adore his content. He does cooking content. I love his short form cooking stuff. And then recently, like I subscribed to his YouTube channel and I have a video pulled up like right now of one of his soup season videos he did. So I guess recently I have been watching like a lot of cooking and food content online. And that's a lot of what I save and get inspiration from too, just because obviously like we cook dinner, you know, pretty much every day or need something for dinner every day. So I think that's a lot of what I've been watching and consuming for a while now. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations down below of people you think I would want to watch, whether it's on YouTube or short form, like vlogs, whatever it is. I'm always down to hear what you guys are watching. And if you have anything you think I would like to. I actually thought I would get so many more like wedding planning questions because I feel like I've been getting them on like all other platforms, but I did not get that many. So I'm just gonna answer this one because I thought it was a little bit different than just like, have you started wedding planning? How's wedding planning going? Because the short answer of that is I'm not really starting until the beginning of next year. And right now we're just talking about like initial ideas. But I did get this question. Are there any traditional wedding things you don't see yourself doing? And I thought that one was kind of like different and fun. And I just want to start off by saying don't hold me to anything because I am so in the beginning process that I'm very open to like my mind changing on just initial ideas or thoughts. Like I'm going through so many things in my head right now that are just like, oh, maybe I'll do this, but maybe I won't do this. Or like, okay, so there's nothing, legitimately nothing in my wedding ideas has been like decided and or finalized at all. Some things we've already kind of discussed. The first thing is I don't think we're gonna have a cake, like a traditional cake. Now we're definitely gonna have a dessert. I am a huge dessert person, but neither Jared or I is really big on cake, and we think we're gonna switch that up to something, maybe some sort of like a dessert bar or something that's just more like grab and go and you don't have to like sit at the table and eat it. I think that is something that's a little bit more of our vibe. Another thing, which again, I could change my mind, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a traditional like bridal party. I definitely feel like I want to have people there like getting ready with me on the day. Like I don't want to like be alone before the day, but I don't know if I want to have a whole like bridal party, bridesmaid, like the dresses and everything. So I feel like if I do have bridesmaids, I think I might make it a little bit like, you know, you can kind of wear what you want in these like colors or whatever. Like I don't really think they'd wear the same dress in the same color, or I might just not have bridesmaids but still like doing the getting ready portion together. I don't want to give away too much because well, also I don't have much to give away, but I definitely am gonna keep a lot of things like more to myself. There definitely is more. There's another like main thing, but again, just like nothing's finalized, so I don't want to say it. I think I mentioned this in my engagement video, but we're not planning on having our wedding until 2027. So I have the entire year of 2026 to plan more things, decide more things. I'm still in my enjoying my engagement era and really not trying to like rush into wedding planning yet. As I'm going through those steps next year, I will absolutely like keep you guys updated and share in the vlogs more wedding planning things. We'll have much more to discuss, you know, a few months down the line. All right, the next question is, how do you keep the spark in a long-term relationship? I love this question because I just think it's, a lot of people want to know this. A lot of people encounter this, like most people encounter this at some point. So I kind of love talking about stuff like this. And I can definitely relate to this being in a 5-year plus relationship now. We've lived together for almost 4 whole years now. This is our 3rd house that we've lived together. So we've been doing the damn thing for a while, I guess you could say. My first thing is actually just being intentional about your time together, like making that time where there's not distractions, making that time where it's just about you guys, because it is really difficult to separate that time from like all the other things, like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this house stuff, I have to cook dinner, I have to get ready for, you know what I mean? There's always so much going on at home that you have to actually make the intentional time. Scheduling in, you know, a weekly date, or even if, you know, it could be like in the house, and just scheduling like whether it's a couple times a week or maybe even like every night, like 1 hour where you're just present with each other doing something with like no distractions. And maybe it sounds like not in the moment or not like passionate to schedule time together, like to schedule that intentional time, but you almost just have to do it. Like you have to put it into your routine, because it's so much better to schedule it than just not do it and like wait for, you know, the moment to strike or whatever. One thing Jared and I just did recently, which has been really fun so far, is we made a date jar, a date ideas jar, and we both wrote down, I think like 6 or 7 different ideas each onto a little tiny piece of paper, like folded it up and put them in the date jars. I don't know what he wrote, he doesn't know what I wrote, and there's like, you know, 12 or 14 different date ideas in there, and we did one so far, which I'm posting a little short form video of. It might actually already be up when y'all see this, and we have all the rest still to go, and just drawing one out of there like for date night, and we have to do it whatever it is, unless for some reason like the weather doesn't permit, if it's that type of a idea. So like making it fun. I really like switching it up. Like I like when one of us surprises the other, like one of us will just like make a reservation. Hey, this is where we're going at 7 o'clock on Friday. And then it's like one of us doesn't know where we're going. I love doing that. I think it's really fun to kind of like keep it fun and fresh, and like you're kind of wondering like, where am I gonna end up tonight? Like where's the night gonna take us? So love doing stuff like that and having a little bit of like a surprise element. And of course, a lot of this question probably applies to intimacy too. And recently I've been definitely feeling called to kind of like switch things up in our usual routine. And I've been using the online platform Beducated to learn about new things to try in terms of our intimate life. I've actually talked to you guys about Beducated before, but not for a while. But they have over 150 online courses on sex and intimacy created by the world's top experts. There is a huge variety of content, like everything you could ever want, from self-love to kink, and it's all in one platform for you. So they have video tutorials, practical exercises, and overall reliable information about intimacy that you can trust. So something I've been wanting to improve recently, I've never felt like I'm good at giving massages. I actually want to be better at it. So I was so happy to see that they have a course for how to give a head to toe massage. So I've been taking that one, and then another one that's called Relationship Mastery. And kind of going back to this question, this course has tips for growing in love and maintaining that love over a long period of time, like you mentioned in this question. And I know that just a lot of us in general can relate to just always wanting to grow and improve our love lives. And I have an amazing Black Friday offer for you guys. I know it's a little bit early for Black Friday, but it is the month of November already. So this Black Friday, be selfish and your relationship will thank you. This is their biggest discount of the year, and it's 65% off their yearly pass, which 65% off is crazy. So you can use the code Lindsey69 to get 65% off a year of Beducated. I will have the link at the top of the description box, of course. They also have a risk-free 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can feel confident about trying it for 14 days. I'm really happy to be working with a brand that is so sex positive and facts focused when it comes to intimacy. So thank you to Beducated for sponsoring this portion of the video. Next question is, do you still keep in contact with your college friends? I remember watching them too. I assume you're talking about like the 2014 era when my sister and I lived together. I mean, that was when I was in college. It was 2013, 2014. Honestly, during that time in my life, I think I had the most friends I've ever had. I think looking back, it was just such a beautiful time being able to like have that many people just live so close to me that had similar interests and just be like that social all the time and have that. I definitely have like a smaller friend circle and social life now. Most of my friendships are long distance friendships, so we only get to see each other every so often. I definitely keep in contact still with so many people as far as like just keeping up with what we're doing, DMing back and forth, texting and checking in every now and then. I will say I know I could be better. I think I am kind of that person that like once I do live in a completely different place, especially for like years now, I think time just does pass and it's harder to maintain friendships when you get older and a lot of time has passed and you're not in the same place anymore. It's just more difficult. That's not to say that it's impossible, and I don't have so much deep love for many of those friends and people still. It's just more of a long distance relationship, I guess you could say, more of like a long distance friendship, which I'll get sad if I think about it too much, just like growing up and like it getting harder to keep up with so many people as you get older. But yes, I do still keep in contact with so many friends still from that time. It's just more of, like I said, you know, more of just like check-ins and just like saying that we miss each other so much. How to stop comparing yourself to others around you / people you went to high school with. So I think it's almost impossible with social media now. If you are present on social media and you are just keeping up with people, it's nearly impossible to not compare yourself. People can give you tips on it, right? But like, we all do it. At the end of the day, we all compare something, whether it's like somebody's job or somebody buying a house or somebody getting married and starting their family. Like, we all look at these things that other people have done and maybe start thinking about our own timelines. And I will tell you that I do it. I've done it. It's like I said, I just kind of feel like it's next to impossible not to. I think it gets easier every single year that I get older to just be more focused on my life. And there's just that the grass is always greener on the other side, right? Like, you just have to remind yourself, I know everyone says this, but social media is just that highlight reel. People are, for the most part, sharing just the highlight reel, and you just never actually know what's going on behind closed doors. You never really know what the struggles are there, what people are going through. So it looks a certain way, and literally everyone experiences this, just seeing how people's lives appear and comparing like, wow, they must like have such a great job, have so much money if they're able to like buy that house or go on that vacation, or like, wow, they already have like 3 kids and I don't know, I want that, or whatever it is, like a marriage timeline, a relationship timeline. So I don't think it's about like stopping yourself from comparing, because it's, like I said, it just doesn't seem reasonable. But I think more just reminding yourself, okay, I'm seeing the highlight reel, I don't know. Like, think about even just your own posts. Like, you're not gonna go on when you're like having a horrible day and like having a mental breakdown. You're not gonna like go on and like post on your Instagram. I mean, maybe some people would, but like you're probably posting on a day where you're like doing well and you're doing fun things and you're like out in the world, right? I think just reminding yourself, everybody's a real person. Everybody has good things and bad things that happen to them every day, all the time. And we don't actually know how great someone's life is from what they present. And I think just a reminder to yourself too, like if you're seeing a lot of this stuff, like people from high school, like you mentioned, and their posts are like not, if you don't want to like it, or you're like, oh, this is just like annoying me, you have every single right to either unfollow or mute that person. Like, utilize the mute button, people. Like, if it's someone that you really feel like it's gonna be awkward if you were to actually unfollow them, like just use the mute button. But honestly, the unfollow button is there too. And I think it's not even like rude to unfollow someone if you, like, for example, maybe for me, someone I haven't seen in over 10 years, one of their posts comes up and I'm like, oh, like, okay, this is what they're up to. But like, I literally will probably never talk to that person again. You know, we haven't seen each other, and it's probably like a random acquaintance, right? Like, I'm not talking about someone that you like really care about. I'm talking about like a random acquaintance from high school, probably, like you mentioned. Like, you don't need to be following that person if their posts aren't making you happy when you see it, right? And it's easy to like feel like we have to just see what everyone's doing all the time, but we can actually control what we're seeing on our social media. And that is a big, powerful thing to remind yourself. Utilize the mute button. There's so many things you can do that are just like protecting the peace these days that I really recommend. Did you ever go back for more electrolysis sessions, and how was your experience with it? So I haven't updated on this in a while, and I want to. I'm planning on making, like, because I did that as a little TikTok series, I definitely need to make an update. As for talking about it on YouTube, I also have not spoken about it in a while. So I've been getting electrolysis, which is a form of permanent hair removal, on my chin area since May. I think I've gone to 5 sessions now. I'm almost positive, because I've gone right about every month since the end of May. And I just started seeing really incredible progress after about like 4 months. I will link my TikTok series down below because I go into so much more detail in there. I don't necessarily need to get into the whole like back end of it and all this stuff. You kind of just asked for an update. So yes, I've been to 5 sessions and I've been pretty happy. The thing is, it takes a long time to do electrolysis. So you have to keep going back. You have to keep going back, because the hair, once they kill it with the machine, that particular hair doesn't grow back. But any other hairs to that area that aren't that exact same hair follicle can still grow and come in. So you have to go through like multiple sessions of the hair kind of like growing out and then zapping those ones, and then you'll get like a new cycle of hairs. So I'm learning as I go with it. Like I said, I only have been to 5 sessions. I've only had to go around once a month. That's been my choice. I could have gone more, I could have gone less. Like, that's kind of just what has been working for me. And then in between, when my hair grows out a little bit, I use this like little shaver. It's not what you're thinking, like a razor. It's like a little facial shaver that's like pink and tiny and cute. So I use that today. I've been using that. I use that in between my appointments. After like 4 appointments, so at my last appointment, I barely had any regrowth, it was the best progress I've had so far. And then after my like 5th time, I just went back. I noticed the hair, like different hairs. And I will say they're so much like thinner and softer, and they're not these like huge, like thick ones that are like, they're like a different type of hair. So those are coming back now. So I am going through this like hair regrowth cycle still. There's not really like a specific timeline with it. Everybody's different. Some people, you know, go for like a year. Some people go for longer than that. Some people go for less than that. So you have to just like keep seeing how your hairs are doing. Hormones are a part of it. There's kind of a lot of things, but overall I have been happy. I'm definitely gonna keep going back. I really just enjoy going and seeing my progress. It's going well. It just takes a lot of patience. It is not an instant thing. And so I'm in the like being patient. You know, it really only has been like 4 or 5 months since I started, and I need to give it more time. After like 6 months to a year, I think I will really know, like, is this going to work for me long term? How did you get into your side job? I'm a stay-at-home mom and feel a side gig would save my sanity. LOL. Yeah, I always encourage people, if they have the time and they're, you know, wanting to get a little side job, like something that's flexible. There's so many jobs I think that really are a lot more flexible now, like little part-time gigs that you can have working 1 or like a couple days a week. That was very important to me. Like I only was looking at jobs that it could be like 1 to 2 days a week at the time, because I didn't even know if I was gonna like it. So why am I gonna, you know, like, and I already had a job, so why am I gonna like start something, you know, that I don't even know if I'm gonna like it, and I already have a job. So when I tell the story, it kind of sounds fake. It was honestly so easy, and it just kind of fell into my lap. I have made a TikTok about this too, so I will kind of like put that on the screen, link it down below, go check that out. I've made a whole short form video. It's probably like 5 or 6 minutes about how I got started as a professional organizer, but I will try to summarize it. I Googled professional organizing in the city that I'm in. I found a few different companies. I looked at their websites. I looked at their Instagrams. Tidy Style, the company I work for now, was by far the biggest, had the most reviews. So I found their Instagram and their website. I did some research and I was like, wow, I mean, this seems like really legit. And I went on the website and it said like, join our team, something. And it basically like said from the beginning that you can be part-time. It is more flexible, or you can be full-time. We have a lot of girls on the team that are full-time, a lot that are part-time. And they were hiring, and I just filled out my little application. And then the next day I got a call and we had like a little phone interview. I did an in-person interview. After my phone interview, they asked a little bit more questions about me, like what days I was interested in. I went to my in-person interview. That went great. And so basically after that, I had 2 days where I was paid, like paid training on the job. Days that I went to work, I did the job, but I was also like learning. And then after those 2 days, I had a check-in call with my boss, and she just basically wanted to know how I thought about everything. And she also had like feedback for me at that point. And if we were both happy, then I was gonna get hired. And so that's how I got started. It's been almost 3 years. Yeah, November will be my, which this video is going up in November. So it's my 3-year anniversary at Tidy Style this month, which it just doesn't feel real. It feels like it's been like 2 years, not 3, but yeah, that's how I got into it. It sounds so simple. It's probably not gonna be that simple for everyone, because you didn't even ask about organizing. Just narrowing it down to what you would wanna do, trying as much as you can to do your research, see what is flexible for your schedule, and then just putting yourself out there and applying and seeing, you know, how it goes. I'll link the video up here where I like talked all the details about when I first got my part-time job. I think for a while I really was like in a funk and just craving like something new in my routine, just craving like getting out of the house and like putting my work hat on in a different way than just working for myself, which I got another question about. Can you talk about your perspective on being a business owner versus a employee? I worked for myself essentially was my own boss. People, you know, love to say that this is not a real job and that influencers like don't have businesses, but a lot of us do. I registered for my business name over 10 years ago. So every time I do invoices, every time I'm connecting with brands, I do my taxes, it's all under my business name. I'm not like selling physical products like a lot of other businesses. But yes, what my online work is basically my business. So yes, being a business owner in that way, you know, being self-employed versus an employee, it's incredibly different. I really like having the balance right now. You basically decide how you spend all of your time when you work for yourself or are self-employed, and that can be great. A lot of parts of it are incredible. Being able to like make your own schedule, and if I want to work on the weekend and not work this day, like if I want to take a random like Wednesday off, I can do that. So having that flexibility is incredible, and I will never take that for granted. But you know, there is things with it where it's just kind of hard to like keep yourself like going and motivated and on task all the time, and the time management of it all, because like nobody like teaches you how to, I mean, not that I'm not a boss, but I'm the boss of myself. So I guess in some ways, yes, like you are your own boss. You don't have someone else telling you like, hey, this is how we do this. This is how we do this. This is, you know, you have to learn all this stuff for yourself, just like any job, anything that you're going to do, like starting your own business or even just working from home. If someone's not like training you, like you just have to learn everything on your own. So, you know, I've had a lot of time to do that over the years. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, but I definitely all the time am going through like ups and downs, like where I'm just like, how much do I want to be posting? Where do I want to be focusing my time? Can I pull back? I would say that the freedom of it is incredible, and that's probably the absolute best thing. But there also are drawbacks with it. You said it being a business owner, so you're not necessarily talking about being a content creator, but there are a lot of things with that. Just having an opinion all the time about everything and dealing with people's comments online about every little thing. Like you never know when someone's just going to go off and say something crazy that's gonna like affect your day. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, but if those things are important to you and you want those things, I think that it's incredible and it's totally worth it. And then being an employee, I kind of have also talked about how I really enjoy being an employee, so I won't talk about it too much. Obviously, just from coming from being my own boss, working from home for, you know, 10, 15 years, it felt amazing to slip more into that. Like when I say backseat, I don't mean backseat in that way. I just mean I'm not the one making all the decisions. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm in the passenger seat, you know, my boss as the head of this company is in the driver's seat. And I just love it. I feel like I couldn't have found a better company to work for. I just went out for drinks last night with my coworkers, actually for my boss's birthday, and it was just so fun. I work with all women, and some people might be like, that is literally my worst nightmare. You know, it's probably so much drama. No, everybody is so kind, sweet, and supportive of each other. Like everybody loves each other. We're a big family, and I just love my work friends. I love being an employee. There's of course things about any job that are difficult and things that are like, well, you know, if I could choose everything, I probably wouldn't like work on garages when it's 90 degrees outside in the summer, like little things like that, that it's just like, that's part of my job. That's part of what I signed up for. I don't get special treatment just because I don't enjoy working on a space like a garage as much as I enjoy working on a space like a kitchen and a pantry, right? So every job, every position has negatives and positives. I just really enjoy both at this time in my life. That is what's been working for me. So I hope I answered it. All right, and that's it, you guys. I did have like one more question, but I think it got a little bit long, and I'm going to just cut it off there for today. Thank you guys so much for sitting down with me and just catching up with me today. I hope that you enjoyed. I love just being chatty with you. My last vlog was very chatty, and you guys left the sweetest comments, so I'll definitely try to do more just like real, honest, chatty vlogs like that. A vlog will definitely be the next video, so I will see you guys soon. I know it was a little bit of time in between this upload and my last one. I was planning on putting something up in between. It ended up that this kind of needed to go up at a certain time because there was a sponsor in it. I would have liked to get something up before the end of October basically, and this is a little bit past that. So just thank you guys for your patience. There are other vlogs that will be coming. I appreciate you guys. I hope you're having a good day. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat in the comments as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.